Good evening, everyone. As the voice of God just told you, I'm Steve Hutt, and for the past 14 years, it's been my great privilege to chair the Pro Bono and Public Service Committee at Wilmer, Cutler, and Pickering, and then Wilmer, Cutler, Pickering, Hale, and Dorr. I should say that it is, departing from my script, a particular privilege to share the podium tonight with Stacia Kelly, whom I failed to recruit however many years ago, and neither she nor I wants to remember how many years ago, the first time around, but then succeeded in recruiting her back from her Dallas law firm a few years thereafter. Most importantly, though, I'm honored to be here tonight to celebrate Pro Bono with you all and to present the 2008 John H. Pickering Award for exemplary pro bono service to Weil Gotshal. I do so in the stead of our firm's co-managing partners, Bill Pearlstein and Bill Lee. Unfortunately, this evening's event conflicted with our firm's partnership retreat. And although they have quite a fewer number of cats to herd than John Conroy, it's still a substantial number, and short of a long-scheduled, immovable conflict, only that would keep them away from tonight's gala. In presenting the Pickering Award on behalf of my law firm and on behalf of the Pickering family, I want also to thank the Pro Bono Institute for creating this opportunity to celebrate John's life of service and the example that he set for all of us. And I want, too, to thank the Institute for its inspiration and for its leadership in promoting and enhancing the culture of pro bono service among major law firms and increasingly in-house legal departments. I want to acknowledge the presence here tonight of the distinguished firms that, along with ours, are past recipients of this award, Jenner and Block and Arnold and Porter. I also want to mention how honored we are as one of the firms that has been a signatory to the Pro Bono Institute's Law Firm Pro Bono Challenge for the past 15 years to be recognized for our continuous participation in the challenge. At Wilmer Hale, we take particular pride in our early involvement in the challenge. John Pickering was one of the primary authors of that innovative and insightful benchmark. Wilmer, Cutler, and Pickering was the very first firm formally to sign on to the challenge. John was very, very proud of that fact. To make sure, indeed, that his firm was the very first signatory, he personally delivered a signed copy of the challenge to the PBI offices on the day that it was formally issued. I consider myself extraordinarily fortunate to have grown up at the law firm founded by John Pickering. For John Pickering not only talked the pro bono talk, he walked the pro bono walk, along with his good friend, partner, and co-firm founder, Lloyd Cutler. John set out to create a law firm in which pro bono would be a major component of the work and a centerpiece of the firm's identity and culture. We like to think that our firm today is proof that he succeeded. Our commitment to pro bono is unchanged and it is unshakable. And I know that John would be particularly pleased that tonight's award recognizes a firm that embodies the pro bono tenets that he so well articulated and lived. For Weil Gotshal, pro bono is at the very core of the firm's identity and its purpose. In undertaking its pro bono engagements, the firm brings to that work the same high quality of judgment, the same commitment to client service, and the same passionate advocacy that it provides to its commercial clients every day in paying matters. The scope of Weil Gottschal's pro bono work is extraordinary. It ranges from legal services to low-income families with a wide range of legal problems, to assisting in environmental conservation matters, from a robust transactional pro bono practice in cutting-edge or to cutting-edge major litigation, from a project that helps immigrants and refugees in the United States to an abundance of pro bono matters in other countries. Last year alone, Weil Gotshal lawyers performed more than 85,000 hours of pro bono service, the equivalent of 45 full-time public interest lawyers, and a contribution of almost $50 million in legal services. But just as notable as the size and scope of Weil Gottschal's pro bono contributions is its willingness to take on complex, often controversial pro bono matters. While some law firms shy away from employment discrimination matters, for example, Weil Gotshal represents a class of African American police officers who were subject to disparate treatment because of their race, at a time when the issue of immigration is at the forefront of and has polarized our country. Weil Gotshal succeeded in having an anti-immigrant ordinance ruled unconstitutional in a federal court in Texas. And in an area of law in which I've been privileged to be personally closely involved, Weil Gotshal has worked to exonerate wrongfully convicted people. Weil Gotshal is also notable for its willingness to embrace innovative models of pro bono engagement. The firm sponsors a large number of rotation programs, also called externships and secondments, in its U.S. and its overseas offices, a model that places a firm associate on a full-time basis in a public interest group for an extended period of time. It has made its pro bono expertise and infrastructure available to the growing number of corporate legal departments that are becoming involved in pro bono. And in the process of creating partnerships that leverage previously untapped pro bono resources, Weil Gotshal knows no peers. It has been a leader in making global pro bono a reality by engaging its overseas offices as well as its U.S. attorneys in pro bono public service around the world. Finally, Weil Gotshal is notable for leadership support for pro bono. The firm's chair, its pro bono chairs, and its partners are as engaged and supportive of pro bono as the firm's most junior associates. They lead by example, just as John Pickering did. That leadership from the top was particularly important, and it was particularly visible in the firm's assistance to the families of those who lost loved ones or suffered injury on September 11.